777, aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show again. Star Wars news, views, reviews, interviews. Let's get right into it. Star Wars 9 teaser or trailer is rumoured heavily from a number of YouTubers. There's possibly sometime in this next week, or possibly by the end of this year. That is 2018, just to let you know. So there is huge rumours that there's something going to be dropped of Episode 9, Star Wars Episode 9, possibly towards the end of this week or the end of this year. That's just a rumour, just to let you know. That's the news that's making around YouTube at the moment for the YouTubers. To more news, Star Wars Celebration in Chicago 2019. The announcement I have is that I will be there and reporting on it, having fun there as well, and enduring it. That's the other thing you got to do. But stay tuned to this channel for the lead up, during, and after Star Wars Celebration Chicago 2019. To more about this later in the show. To more news, Solo, A Star Wars Story is making its way to Netflix in January. That's right, this January, Netflix Star Wars story named Solo will be making its way to Netflix. So check that one out, which is quite interesting because it won't last long on there, as Disney has their streaming service coming out later next year, which is Disney Plus. I'm sure Solo will then go over to there, but no official statement about that yet. So that's the news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Now, as we have heard big rumours about Episode 9, a teaser or trailer is coming this week or maybe the end of this year, which is technically a couple of weeks away. If it does happen, what the story idea to my views this week, to the actual trailer, because it's actually like a mini movie, you could say, in different types of trailers, whether it's a teaser or a full trailer. It sort of has a story to it. In fact, sometimes I think teasers and trailers are better than the movie. But what my idea for this trailer or teaser, which is what views is about, it's not about how many views you get on YouTube or no predictions, it's just what I think I'd like to see in this teaser or trailer that we may get towards the end of this year or in the next week. I think it should just not have General or Princess Leia. I'd like to have that not in it. I think that should be revealed to us either closer or at the movie itself, Star Wars Episode 9, whatever the name of the title is. We have no confirmation of this yet, but I think Princess or General Leia should not appear in this teaser or trailer, especially this first one. Maybe closer to the release date or in the actual movie. Would like that to be a surprise for us all. That's what I'd like to see. It's just the whole element of surprise would be a great sort of fitting to this story when we see it. What should it have? I think it should definitely have, if they're going to use Vader, Darth Vader that is, for getting Star Wars back on its feet with its fans and even the commercial community out there, I think it needs Darth Vader in it. Not just that, I'd love to see it. If Darth Vader exists, or there's a version of, or there's a Force Ghost, or whatever it is, it needs Vader. This trailer needs to just impact hard. Man, this is coming out next year. It can't be just a basic trailer. It's got to have impact in the 30 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever it is. It needs impact that the hardcore fans are going to love. Vader is predictable in the Star Wars storytelling world, but he's definitely still the icon. He's within the commercial community and Star Wars. And as this film has been sort of promoted as, in a loose way of speaking, it's going to conclude everything with the Skywalker saga. it would be nice to see an image or something with Darth Vader in the trailer. That's what I think. That's what my views for this time around. It's sort of an interesting views when my story idea is about something that would be in a trailer or teaser, but I think that would work. Get me excited, even though it's sort of, as I said, it would be predictable, but it's a good idea. Anyway, so let's get into reviews. Okay, this review this time is going to be from a friend of mine who I've not seen for a while, but we are still in contact via, you know, the modern conveniences, phone, things like that. His name's Sean. It's not Sean of the Sources of the Forces. It's another friend of mine, Sean. He's a big Star Wars fan. Here in Melbourne, we've had the concert series with the Star Wars films, where the film gets played and used a real orchestra to play the music while you're watching the film. And this time around, it was The Empire Strikes Back. I've not actually seen one of these things, but Sean's review was, it was really good, but the actual place it was held, called the Plenary, I think it's called, in the Melbourne exhibition buildings here in Melbourne, it was just too big of a space, and it lost the punch of the sound coming through, so it'd be probably a little bit acoustically sounding a bit wrong from what I can hear. He said it was more suited towards another venue called the Hamer Hall here, smaller venue watching Star Wars. He saw Empire Strikes Back this time. He gave it 9 out of 10 though. 9 out of 10 watching this particular episode with a real live orchestra, not conducted by John Williams, but I think Nicholas Buck, I think that's his name, who conducted the orchestra for this particular film. And I think the last, and possibly the next one is obviously Return of the Jedi next year. And you can get the tickets for that now, I think, online somewhere, if you're going to be in Melbourne. But he gave Sean, my friend, not Sean, Sources of the Forces, just another guy, Sean, gave it 9 out of 10. He just thought it lacked a little bit with the sound punchiness in the particular place that was held. Anyway, so that's my review, which is technically Sean's review, but thanks to Sean out there, keep rocking. Anyway, so let's get into the interviews. Interviews 2Q this time, obviously. That's 2 questions we'll ask myself for you guys out there. As I'm going to Star Wars Celebration next year, Chicago 2019, I'm going to be bringing you all the breaking news before, during, and after. So please send in your questions. So my first question is, what questions can you ask me? Well, the answer is, ask me anything about Star Wars Celebration. I have experience from seeing or being at a Star Wars Celebration, which was the last one. But before that, I'd never been. So I'm not, intensely experienced, but I did experience it as full on as anyone could. And so please ask me any questions. Answer to that. So what questions can you ask? Ask any questions to do with logic of the event, or what's the feeling like. Anything, just ask me. That's the answer to the question. My next question is what not to ask me about the Star Wars Celebration. Anything that's official, like I'm not speaking on Star Wars Celebration as an employee or anything like that. It's coming from my opinion. So my opinion of things, my version of events. Please don't ask me anything that is to do with, binding me with Star Wars Celebration, as I'm not a representative for Star Wars Celebration. I can only tell you from my perspective as a fan, Star Wars fan, regular person. But please just ask, again, me anything. What not to ask is official things, like getting me to sign a contract of some sort verbally. I'm just not that person for that, but I, will do the best to answer any questions. That's the questions for this time around. That's the 2Q2 questions. So that's the show for this time around. Please, go with patreon.com/theforcealways. Help support the channel. and subscribe to the channel, The Force Always, only on YouTube. Like, share the video, repeat it if you like. Send me any questions via Twitter. My details are down here. Twitter, Instagram, or even YouTube itself. I'll get back to you ASAP. And it could be anything at all, topic ideas, whatever you like. But until next time, my friends, keep riggedy rockin'.